A plane takes off for Sicily and sunshine. It was at Southwark Cathedral this year that the Royal Maundy was distributed. On arrival, the Queen, who was accompanied by the Duke, accepted the traditional posy of flowers. Originally, these were believed to have the power to ward off the plague. Southwark was chosen instead of Westminster Abbey or St. Paul's because the diocese is celebrating its Jubilee this year. Maundy money, which dates from centuries ago, is presented to as many old people as the number of years the sovereign has lived. Now for the great Easter holiday migration. London stations were packed with people who had but one thought in their minds: to get away from the big smoke. The City of London became a deserted city in the meantime. Holidays, in fact, would seem to be the best solution of the traffic problem here. But with London empty and everything closed down, where did the people go? Large numbers, as usual, went to Blackpool. Even if they were still among crowds, this famous seaside resort offered a welcome change of scene. Others went south, to Hastings, for example, and since there were a few patches of good weather, visitors almost began to think that summer was on the way. It was perfectly possible to be lazy on the beach, but as for swimming, our cameraman thought it might give you the shivers to see them go in. Sunbathing is quite another matter. And that's a reminder that many Eskimos also celebrate Easter. Here are some of them going to church at Pond Inlet, 400 miles north of the Arctic Circle. They'd come along from far and wide to attend this special service and later to enjoy a get-together. Their sports meeting included an egg and spoon race. The winner's egg, or rather his ping-pong ball, actually froze to the spoon. That's how he won. The seal race now. This is a strictly local event, not to be seen at the Olympics as yet. A great time was had by all before it was time to catch the bus home. Kempton Park Races offered one of many sporting attractions at home. The Easter meeting was well attended, and racegoers were provided with an extra thrill by the visit of Her Majesty the Queen and Princess Margaret. The Queen had a success in the 2,000 guineas trial stakes, the fourth race of the day, run over 7 furlongs. First past the post was her colt Alexander, a popular win that must have delighted Her Majesty. The International Motor Racing at Goodwood drew some 50,000 spectators. For many of them, the whole thing was one long picnic. The racing, however, was a serious business too, involving some of the world's best drivers. The big race of the day was the Richmond Trophy race, and away they go on this 21-lap, 50-mile event. The Duke of Kent was there to enjoy this high-speed thrill. Victory went to Salvadori in a Maserati. He had a really great day, winning other races as well. In Belgium, where he's serving as British Air Attaché, Group Captain Peter Townsend was able to take time off to ride in a special race for amateurs at Maison Lafitte. Riding a grey called Nemrod, he was badly left at the start. Rider and mount now faced a formidable task if they were going to win a place. Stride by stride, however, Nemrod made up ground. Nearing the finish, it was a very close thing, but the group captain just succeeded in getting the Grey's nose in front of Dojana II. A real thrill after a very tough race. Dinghy racing enthusiasts were out in large numbers at Teddington, where many contests were in progress during the holiday. Reasonable weather and plenty of wind, they enjoyed both to the full. Many Londoners who wanted quiet leisure went to Kew Gardens. Here was no competition unless it was to give the correct names of all the flowers that bloom in the spring. London's open spaces always come into their own on these occasions, the attraction at Regent's Park being the Van Horse Parade. Very smart turnouts were to be seen and admired by Van Horse fanciers. Hyde Park stages its own peculiar form of Easter parade. Many thousands assemble, not quite knowing what they're going to see, but pretty certain there's going to be a laugh in it somewhere. Easter bonnets provide the answer, an extravaganza of mad millinery. And we mustn't forget the zoo, which is a great holiday lure. Racing or sailing, these are nothing compared with the thrill of a ride like this. It's fun to feed the animals too, but just how greedy can a goat be? Then there's Hampstead Heath, that famous fairground with never a dull moment. Yes, the Heath has 101 ways to make you giddy. Here you can travel for miles and finish up where you started. Here you're no mere spectator, you take part in all the sport yourself. Many will vote for Hampstead Heath as being the best holiday fun of the lot. And that brings us to the end of the Easter tale.